Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. G'day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Now in this video, I would like to discuss how your visa could actually be rejected. Now, in the regulation in the law of Australian Immigration Act, they are basically two different type of visa rejections. Now, one is cancellation and the other one is refusal. So in this video, we'll discuss what are the differences of these two rejections and what you can do to actually tackle against this kind of scenario. So first of all, let's have a look. Now, visa cancellations could only occur when you are already holding a substantive visa. Means that you already have a visa in hand. So you can have a student visa, or you could have a TSS working visa, or whatever the visa that you have. So basically, it's a visa being cancelled is due to somehow you have breached the visa condition, or you have not fulfilled what you are supposed to be doing. For example, if you're a student, a visa is subsequently like a contract or agreement between you and Australian government. So you agree to the government of Australia that you are coming to Australia to actually study A course, okay, or B course, or whatever the course that you have, okay. But you actually arrive in Australia and then you subsequently change your training organization, training institution to other school and doing another X or Y courses. So obviously that's a breach of a contract. So in that sense, the institution will file the information to the Department of Home Affairs, and if the Home Affairs do understand that you have been breached of such conditions, then you're liable, your visa is liable to be cancelled. Now another scenario is that you probably was approved to come to Australia to work for ABC company of such a job, of a XYZ job, and during the time you have changed your job title to, for example, an EFG title, not like XYZ anymore, or perhaps you have changed an employer. That also is a change and breach of a contract. So then your visa will be liable to be cancelled as well. Now, cancelling a visa is a very complex procedures. Generally, you will be receiving a notification in written form notifying you to actually respond why you have breached your contract, and if the department is not happy about is not satisfied about your response, then your visa will be cancelled. Now once your visa is cancelled, you automatically got a PIC, public interest criteria 4013 and 4014, meaning that if you leave Australia, you have that 3-year ban straight away. Now sometimes people do have been caught with fraud documentation or fraud ID as well. Now those one will breach PIC, public interest criteria 4020, and that's liable to be banned for 5 to 10 years. So it depends on which one you're in. So obviously it's quite unpleasant situation should you have your visa be cancelled. Now the other way of your visa being rejected is by ways of refusal. Now refusal and cancellation is different. Refusal basically meant that you have not even got a visa yet, you're not a visa holder yet, but you have lodged a visa, but it did not pass the criteria, did not meet all the criteria to be granted a visa. So then your visa will be refused, or refusal. You will receive a refusal notification from the immigration as well. So in comparison to the cancellation and refusal, obviously which one is more significantly, or which one is worse? Obviously cancellation is worse, because refusal does not attract PIC 4013. You don't get a ban or any sort of like that, unless your documentation provider has been found to be fraudulent. That then PIC 4020 will kick in. Okay, now both if you are unsure in Australia, obviously once your visa get cancelled or refused, you will have right to review by lodging the application to Administrative Appeals Tribunal. So this basically provides a time frame between 1 to 2 years or wait time, because the current backlog of all these appeal applications, and that gives you opportunity to actually giving a second chance of what you should say or what you should provide, or additional information you should provide. For example, a student visa, you left because of the financial hardship, because some physically possibly some illness or whatever causing the issues, and if a working visa, the change of jobs or change of the employer was caused not beyond your control, things like that, and these all can be reverted. Now once you got your appeal through, your application will be then remitted back to the Department of Home Affairs for approval procedures. Now obviously this might not be as smooth as what I have just said, because generally a visa being cancelled or refused, it's a very tough situation. Nobody want to go through this kind of situation, but and that's the reason why you should really be prepared and get a professional advisor, professional agent to actually lodge for your visa, because if things do happen like this, it's not just time that you will be wasted, but then it's also the money consumed for the legal services that's required to go through. And also if you got through this, obviously there's a percentage of winning and percentage of losing. If you lose, then you probably need to appeal higher to the Federal Circuit Court, and that will cost a lot as well. So obviously so to summarize, there are two types of rejection of visa. One is cancellation, which is, well, we don't want that to be happening. It's worse than refusal. And the other one is refusal, meaning that you have lodged your application and it did not go through, it did not meet the requirements, and both will have right, provided you are unsure in Australia, to actually appeal against the decisions. Okay, and the procedure can take 1 to 2 years. Sometimes you can expedite it and make it quicker, but then it's strategically, should you make it quicker, or should you have more time to get more prepared? Maybe you're required to get consulted by a professional about this. So that's about the video, and that's summarizing of how a visa can be rejected. I'm more than happy to leave more comments right down below. And finally, I would like to suggest you to consider subscribe to my channel, so once we have more video and more visa insights, you'll be the first one getting it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next video. Goodbye.